Hello guys, it's Batsy here and welcome to batGames, channel where all we do is finish games. Completely. And by completely I mean getting all the achievements, even if it takes a piece of my soul along with it. So if you feel the same familiar itch in your brain when a trophy hasn't yet popped, compulsively need that final question mark on the map to go away, are afraid that there is some portion of the game you haven't yet seen, or your simple monkey brain also make happy noises when you see 100% next to a game in your library, then welcome. This is a safe space for you. No bad multiplayer trophy will harm you ever again. You found your new home. Because by God, if I paid for the whole game, I am playing the whole game. So sit down, grab your favorite snack, and come along as I attempt to 100% next thing on my list. And probably regret my choices somewhere along the way. As you can probably see, today we will be tackling Monster Hunter Wilds. This time, named differently on Steam again for some reason.
Holy Jesus! What is that? What the f*** is that?
Seriously, can you decide, Capcom? Is it all caps? With or without colon? Am I the only one irked by this? Anyway, before we dive into the trophies themselves, let's set some ground rules for how I approach 100%ing the game. Yes, there are some rules. 1. No exploits. By that I mean no cheating the bosses, no safe scamming, no help from the others to get what I want. Because if I am to commit to getting all the achievements, might as well commit to suffering along the way. 2. Hardest difficulty possible. In the case of the Monster Hunter Wilds, of course, it doesn't make a difference, since difficulty is one for everyone. But still, if possible, we choose highest difficulty as a general rule. 3. We play solo as much as possible. Not being carried by friends or Chinese mega players is really important for me. Of course, there are multiplayer achievements for this game, so we can't really avoid playing online. But we can at least play as much of the game as possible solo. Also, for the structure of the video, I'm still trying to figure out the best way to show the progression. For now, I will stick to the time and order I achieved them in. So no splitting into multiplayer, progression or anything else. I did group some of the achievements because they were basically the same thing with different counters. More on that later. But please, do let me know in the comments if you would prefer some other way to show them. And that would be it as far as the rules and information about the video go. So without further ado, let's start the hunt. Our first trophy on this adventure is Windward Lands. This is one of 8 story trophies, as in you can't miss them if you just finish the game's story. For this particular one, we need to defend a small lost girl from some monsters. Then we hunt our first big monster, Chatacabra. It's our first fight, but as can be expected, it's not too hard. After that, there's some group meetings of sorts. 1 out of 50 is done. After this mission and few more non-important tidbits, we get access to our ride or die companion. Huh. I guess it makes sense that our next trophy is called like that.
Hey, stay with me.
Anyway, after receiving our own secret, right after a Hunter Sprite mission, we get access to customization options. And let's be real here. The only hard part about this trophy is actually checking that almost 30% of people never customize theirs. Imagine running around on a default secret. Madness. These are the same people who eat plain rice, by the way. Just rice. Nothing else.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Swiftly onto the next trophy. I promise we'll slow down a lot. Next trophy I was able to unlock is the Hunt is On trophy. Wilds change how we approach hunting in comparison to the older games, mainly due to the open world formula. So for example, in World, you had to talk to someone I would prefer not to name, choose the type of the quest and off you go. In Wilds, additionally, you can encounter monsters while riding around in the environment. If you start attacking them, this begins field survey type of quest. All you have to do is hunt the monster. In our case, poor Quametris, I don't know how to pronounce this, is what was needed to be killed.
They've issued us supplies.
We're off to the races, and 3 out of 50 trophies are done. After those stressful events, let's slow down a little bit with our first fishing trophy. You can get it as soon as you get to the Scarlet Forest and talk to an NPC there. After that, just a quick throw, bite, catch, and we are done. I'm sure this in no way foreshadows anything complicated with fishing, right? Let's see what's next. Yes, the bigger they are. Mounting monsters is a mechanic that lets you jump onto the monster and deal damage to him there. Also force him, but to lesser extent than in Ward or Rise Break, into obstacles to deal some damage. Basically it is a monster hunter's way of saying, what if you just climbed the dragon and stabbed him in the neck there a few times, like a lunatic. Still, it's fairly easy to mount a monster even by a mistake. So in short, monster, jump, ride, trophy. Good times. Speaking of stabbing things, let's move to Hunter Assassin next. This is one of Wild's new mechanics. You sneak up behind the monster, weapon sheath it, and press a single button. Boom. Instant backstab. It's kind of like Monster Hunter's way of being stealthy ninja. If ninjas wore 400 pounds of armor and weapons and Superman dived away from the monster when scared. Anyway, you can either do it sneaky beaky like.
Are we rushing in? Or are we going sneaky beaky like?
Or you can just throw on a giddy mantle and go full swamp goblin mode. Either way, stab the butt, get the pop, move on. By the way, it's kind of funny after those two trophies back to back that we basically have two approaches to monster hunting. WWE style from the top rope.
Look at Randy Orton slithering. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Or a prison style shanking from behind.
You ain't gotta go. No!
Monster Hunter really covers all the bases. Video games indeed appeal to the male fantasies. Was it a meal to remember is all about grilling in the field. Although grill was in every single Monster Hunter game, it changed a bit in Wilds. You can do more than just well-done steaks. You can prepare a full gourmet meal with the bonuses in the field. All you have to do is do a quick breather, take out your grill, choose what you'd love to eat, and the trophy is yours as a dessert. Although side quests were already present in previous games, Wilds does it just a tad differently. You have optional quests as usual, but you also have new side missions. The way it works is like in very standard RPGs. You go to a person with an exclamation mark on them, talk, get mission, do mission, done. The missions themselves are rather easy-ish. Deliver something, catch something, kill something, the usuals. There are 35 of them in the whole game. You need one for this trophy. You need 30 to obtain East to West, a Hunter Never Rests trophy. We'll come back to that one later. For this trophy, a step towards mutual understanding, I used fishing side mission. Easy peasy. After that, we are back to combat trophies. We've already been introduced to sneak attacks and mounting. Time for brand new Wild core mechanic, wounds. So the way it works, after you hit the same spot on monster enough times, it will create a weak spot, or a wound. With your focus strike, by default L2, you can then aim at the spot and do the focus strike on it. The effects of what will happen depends on the weapon you have equipped, but most of the time that means simply big damage. Oh yeah, look at those numbers. Enough to make a grown man cry.
It's enough to make a grown man cry.
So you do that 49 more times and we're done. Hit them where it hurts is added to the collection. Giant Crown. Here, it's where the game's grind becomes fun. So for those unaware, every time monster spawns on the map, it gets its size randomed from predetermined sizes. Let's take for example our boy, and my personal favorite from the new lineup, a Jarakan. Anytime this big bad monkey spawns on the map, its size will be on average between 1047 cm and 1443 cm. If it's bigger than average, we get a crown. If it's smaller, we get a crown. So to put it bluntly, if it's bigger or smaller, we get a crown. That's it for the theory. For this particular trophy, we need to hunt 1 silver or better giant crown. We will need in total to get 52 crowns, 26 smalls and 26 giants. So don't be fooled by the easiness of this one. But we will tackle this soon enough. For now, let's just be happy with what we have and move further. Next 4 trophies are all story related and unmissable, so let's quickly go by them since nothing of importance happens. Those are Shadow in the Downpour, where we repel Duna, finishing chapter 1, Guardians of the Forge, in mission Long Forgotten Flame we fight 2 Ajarakans. After hunting them, brand new monster will appear, Nu Udra. That's our target. We find it, we smack it, we serve it buttered and fried, we get the trophy. Next on the list is Bringer of Harmony, where we slay some white sticky stuff covered dragon, Zog-Shia. The fight itself was really fun and the music slaps.
By my own order. I will slay Zog-Shia. Let's do this!
all around great time. After slaying it, we get the trophy and we finish what is called the low rank. Time for the big leagues. New Ecosystems is the mission in which finally we get capturing tutorial. So wait, we couldn't capture before that point? I hear you ask. Well, we could. We just didn't get tutorial up to this point. Hey, don't look at me. I'm as confused as you are. Getting back to the track, we just need to capture one young kutku. You know, those pink birds. In this mission we meet a whole lot of them, but we need only one. So what do? Well, obviously we throw poop at them until they flee. Just like in real life.
Now's your chance. Hit it with some strike bombs. That was a little chaotic, but thank you.
After capturing, we get that sweet dopamine of trophy pop and move on to the next one. Which would be Campmaster. Pop-up camps are kind of like normal camps from previous entries, where you could teleport to them after you discover them on the map, or do some quests to unlock them. In Wilds, however, all you have to do is run by them and either establish them using item from your item pouch called Camping Kit, or in base by using one of the palicos in the help desk. Just remember, you have a limited amount of pop-up camps per map. You can increase this number by progressing through the story. This brings us to first of 4 online trophies this game has, Hunters United. This requires us to finish a quest via multiplayer part of the game. Monster Hunter is first and foremost co-op game. It allows teams up to 4 players to tackle monsters, and there are some ways to hunt together. You can either join lobby member quests by talking to Alma, link member quests if you have friends, so probably not this option, or join Start SOS Flare quests. Whichever way you approach this, all you have to do is finish quests with some other person. The team doesn't have to be present throughout the whole quest from start to finish, you just need to join or have someone join mid-hunt and finish quest. Then the trophy is ours. And if we do it another 99 times, we will also get Hunters United Deluxe Edition trophy, Hunters United Forever. Which is the same dance, just dance 100 times. So much dancing needed. Also quick note, I got that one much later in the game, but since it's basically the same trophy, I decided to put those two together. A prize held high is first one on the list of RNG endemic life category. Basically on every map there is a chance that a small thingy will spawn called Curiosal Crab. He will carry a shiny thing on its back, Ancient Wyver coin. You can exchange those coins for cooking ingredients, armor spheres and some rare crafting materials. In order to get this coin, we'll do what every sane person would do. Kidnap the crab and force him to give up his whole life savings. That's the story of how I got the coin, a prize held high trophy and a bit of protein snack to boot. Win-win-win in my book. With that out of the way, we move to another endemic life hunt. This time we need a creature called Sandstar. Sandstars are small creatures that emit a small bluish light and can be spotted from afar. They can only appear in Area 13 of the Windward Plains during nighttime, when the environment is set to either plenty or fallow. And it's still not 100% guarantee. So, here's the plan. We make a pop-up camp here, at Area 13. We run, we check this area. If it's there, it's there. If not, we fast travel to another map and back to Area 13 to try again. And again. And again, if needed.
Should we take a break?
Good idea.
When we do meet it, we grab Screamer Pod from nearby Baunos, because trust me, they are fast. And once they spawn, you don't want it to run away from you just to need to do the whole dance again.
Do you have any idea how fast I am? I'm fast as fuck, boy!
After that whole ordeal, it's just a matter of fast Screamer Pod, switching to capture net, and getting your trophy popped. I caught a shooting star. This is, once again, quite fast story-related trophy. We need to just kill two monsters, Lalabarina and Guardian Fulgur Anjanath.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Can't say I'm a fan of these monsters evolving this way.
Remember the giant crown trophy, where you look for a bigger than average specimen? It's exactly the same thing here, and by that I mean completely the opposite. Find smaller than average. Yeah, that makes sense. In our case, that would be the best doggo, Guardian Ebony Odoragon. Well, would you look at that? We got Wombo Combo! We just got 2 trophies in the price of one. Miniature Crown and a True Hunter is never satisfied. That one required us to finish 50 quests. It's important to note that almost all activities in the game counts toward it. Main missions, side missions, optional quests, event quests, field surveys and investigations. Wait, I'm surprised we didn't get it earlier. Ah, well, what can one do? At least it did pop. Time for the last 2 story trophies. Beyond Black Wings and One Corner of the World. The first one, Beyond Black Wings, is received at the end of the World Turned Upside Down mission. It is actually quite long. It requires us to slay all of the apexes of each area.
Let's be careful.
Ray Dao in Windward Plains,
Bruh, look at this dude.
Let's make it safe for the villagers to return home.
Duna in Scarlet Forest,
With the weather like this, it's far too dangerous.
Agreed. As an emergency.
Nu Udra in Oilwell Basin,
We can't let that thing get any closer.
Right.
and for Ice Shark Cliffs we have something special prepared. Friends Blangoga and Gor Magala. Oh, did I mention? Every area is locked to inclemency, which is like English kind of weather, I think? Not sure, but it sure rains a lot. So, let's get our hands dirty. Well, that took some time. Anyway, trophy popped.
Well,
Now, the one corner of the world is simpler. We get the rumors that there's Arkfell in the desert. We just need, as YouTubers tend to say it nowadays, unalive it. So we talked to Nata, because for some reason we need his permission, and slay the Arkfell.
Please, stop it. For its own sake.
so sure its
Thanks,
ability
that
to
helps.
absorb elements is what let it shed its guardian nature. It's a shame that unique strength became its fatal weakness.
After collecting one corner of the world trophy, the official story of the Monster Hunter Wilds end. Was it good? Was it bad? Was it cheesy? Yes to all. But story is not the most important part of any Monster Hunter game. What comes next is, and that is grinding. Better weapons, better armors, more weapons, more armors, more monsters, more trophies. Sorry, got hyped for a bit there. Let's continue with the next on the list. Let the investigations begin, both trophy-wise and plan-wise. Investigations are a way to finish field surveys. We go to the map, see monsters that we like, we click on him, and we can save as investigation.
I heard from the others.
Yes.
Then we can talk to Alma, and in the investigation menu, you will see them. Only thing required by this trophy is finishing the investigations. Capturing or slaying is of no difference. Trophy gods simply requires blood sacrifice, and the trophy is soon ours. Now before we hop on to the next trophy, a legacy restored, let's talk about this game's version of RNG endgame weapon farming thingy. You know what I'm talking about if you're familiar with Monster Hunter as a series. We had curio crafting, we had decorations, charms farming, we had guiding lands. Here we have Artian weapons. Basically by hunting certain high-rank monsters we might receive some Artian materials. Those can be then used at Gemma's Forge to create Artian weapons. Each weapon group requires slightly different materials. Each material also have some additional bonuses on them. I am not quite sure how it all works together, but I think you should try to match them together. Anyway, we need to collect 3 Artian weapon materials of rarity 8. Shove them all together, let Hammer Mommy hit them a few times for us, and we get our Artian weapon of rarity 8. There's one more mechanic to those, reinforcing, which is pure RNG on what you receive, and depending on your weapon type, you will be fishing for different bonuses. But let's leave the math to math people, we came here for the trophy, and the trophy was received. The next trophy is quite easy one, and yet less than 20% of people received it. I have no idea how, but well, here we are. A keen-eyed observation introduces you to a new use of binoculars, besides observing stuff, duh. You can now observe stuff and see the monster size. This is actually one of the tools that allowed this game hunt for golden crowns to be a little bit less pain in the butt than it was in the past. So while hunting for all the gold crowns, it's easy to actually get that trophy, and it was easy for me as well. Let's circle back to the side missions. In total, there are 35 side missions. We already did one, the first in Fishing questline. To get these achievements, we need to get 30 out of 35. They are quite easy to spot, to be honest. After opening the map, the quest can be seen in the top corner of each area showing what quest is available. You can also access side quests you already accepted in your options menu. Side quests themselves are really simple, usually. Catch something for a palico, fish, capture rare endemic life, or simply hunt something. It took some time and was annoying at times, but nothing to make YouTube videos about. Or well, I guess it is. Anyhow. Monster Slayer is next on the list. This achievement is one of the grind ones for sure, hunting 100 large monsters, but again not much to write about. There is option to get this naturally. I like this achievement because it kind of sums up the Monster Hunter experience perfectly. No brain needed, see monster, hunt monster, get trophies, dopamine is perfect for that. Impregnable Defence is a quick but a very lovely trophy. It's lovely because it forces us to meet up with Gemma yet again. Each armor piece, and weapons for that matter, comes in a specific rarity. All that's needed for this trophy is forging 5 pieces of armor of rarity 7 or higher. Each armor set comes in 5 pieces, so basically we need to forge a full set. Those start appearing after chapter 5, mission 1. It's worth noting that what armor is made doesn't matter at all, as long as it's of rarity higher than 7.
Ready to get to work? Perfection.
While we're at it, we can also knock off Power is Everything trophy, which is basically the same thing, but different. Now instead of 5 pieces of armor, we need 5 different weapons of rarity 7. So a bit more clicking and bam, the trophy is ours. Now, let's talk about our little furry friend, Palico, since this trophy requires us to follow him, I think. At least according to the trophy, which is named Someone Worth Following. So Palico is your little helper that goes everywhere with you. I mean, you can ask him to stay in the tent, but come on, who would do that? The trophy requires us to complete 100 quests, with our Palico deployed. By the way, what is up with the finish 100 something, eh Capcom? Why not switch it up, make it 99 quests or something? Let me first explain what it means that Palico is deployed, because for some reason it's not as straightforward as you think. For the trophy counter to go up, the Palico needs to be with you at the end of the quest. But if you play in multiplayer and there are at least 3 hunters, the Palico goes to the base camp. So, to sum up, do quests, make sure Palico is with you, do them solo or with at max 1 other hunter. You can change max number of hunters in a quest with Alma. After those very complicated adventures, we get the trophy and we are ready to move on with our lives to something much simpler, Glamper. To get it, we need to wake up our interior or exterior designer. When you set up a pop-up camp, remember those tentative things we discussed during Campmaster trophy? You can customize it with colors, random stuff around it and all that sort of thing. We have 2 ways to approach this. Both require us to talk to some Palicos. So sadly there's nothing that can be done to those introverts who just refuse to talk. You can talk to either the Palico next to the tent itself or in the base camp, the one in the help desk. Once again, it can be observed that there's no escape from help desk, even in the games. One other thing that you can't actually run away from, money. Everyone wants it, almost no one have them. Monster Hunter is no different. I'm pretty sure you could have missed it, but we are actually getting paid every hunt. Like, what is this, Hitman? Bourgeois Hunter requires 1 million zennies, Monster Hunter currency. It might seem a lot, especially since, depending on the number of hunters, which somehow makes sense, a number of feints on quests lower the price per quest, which wasn't that much to begin with. We can support ourselves with selling some items we get, especially items from trading category that are useless otherwise. Sadly, we can't commit any tax frauds here. Come on Capcom, tax evasion DLC when? So after grinding a bit of quests, selling some items we get to the new height, lower middle class. At least we have a trophy for it. Literal participation trophy. After getting rich and stacked, it's time to get some much needed education with Monsters Ph.d. The trophy description is very confusing with hunt many different large monsters. It just means hunt every monster, at least once. I guess they are future-proofing themselves for when new monsters are added, but still, not that confusing. Anyway, there are 29 large monsters in the game. You can see them all here. Most of the monsters will be hunted naturally during the story and side quests, so we just need to make sure we collect them all. For me, somehow my last monster was Rathalos. I mean, really?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
At this point I was like 50 hours into the game and I never hunted Rathalos. Of all things, that's embarrassing. Leaving my poor performance behind us, where it should be, let's set our sights on the next trophy. Or to be more specific, on 4 next trophies. Yep, it's time for the worst of offenders when it comes to grindy trophies. Golden Crown hunts. We are talking about Giant Crown Collector, Miniature Crown Collector, Giant Crown Master, and Miniature Crown Master. I lumped them all together because they're basically the same. Run to a monster, check his size with binoculars, hunt if needed, or run further. It's like Tinder, but somehow even more depressing. It's a patient game basically. So let me show you how it looked for me for most part. Yeah, gaming is fun! That being said, there are some upsides and things we can do to speed up the process, without breaking the rules as well. 1. There are 29 monsters, but we need gold crowns only for 26 of them, so 52 crowns in total. 3 monsters have set sizes: Jindahad, Guardian Argveld, and Zoshia. I think that's because from the story perspective there are singular monsters? I have no clue, it is what it is. So we basically cut out 10% of the monsters. The speed is simply thrilling. Second, the Wounded Hollow. Now, I know this is patched now, but back when I played the game like 2 months ago, in March, you could do a little trick where you travel to Wounded Hollow, arena-like area in the game, check the size of a monster that appeared. If it wasn't the crown, you fast travel to Suja, and then back to Hollow, and voila, the monster size is reloaded. And I used that method. But there's also an issue with it. Guardian monsters and apexes do not spawn in Wounded Hollow. But it got us closer. 3. Apexes are the absolute worst offenders of Golden Crown hunting, and I will be not listening to anyone who tells me otherwise. They only spawn in specific weather conditions, and for some reason small crown Nu Udra is more rare than people on Reddit admitting they were wrong. Absolutely horrendous. But you can try to snipe them in a way. Hunters quite often send SOS for golden crowns they found themselves. So you can just try joining and hope. Just don't be poopy head and stay until the end of the quest if you join someone's SOS. If you have no honor, there's also special Discord groups that you can join where you can trade investigations. Which is also something I'm not willing to do. So back to the painful grind. Or double painful grind, since to spawn new monster you need to rest. And resting costs points. So you first grind for monster sizes, then grind for points so you can rest up, so you can grind for monster again. Why do I have to do this to myself? It's beyond me, but yeah, still, here we are. After literal hours, as in I spent like 30 hours on this alone, we were able to snag all those trophies. Was it hard? Not really. At this point we know movesets of monsters pretty well and the gear we have is top notch. Was it boring? Oh hell yes. Was it worth it? I mean, come on, you still have to ask? Look at those trophies. Those have golden particles.
It's beautiful.
After that short stint, we are closer than ever. So let's not dilly-dally and attack the next one. And that is Seasoned Hunter. To get Seasoned Hunter in our hands, we just need to hunt 50 tempered monsters. What are tempered monsters? They are the normal monsters, but worse. More health, more damage, sometimes new moves. But they also drop better stuff for endgame gear. So I guess it evens out. Also, am I the only one that just got why they are called tempered monsters? Because they are tempered in battle? Like more experience? Only one? Oh, okay. Long story short, we keep doing what we are very proficient at already. Less stalking, more hunting. Nothing much changes, just instead we hit more, cart more, get more. Until we are seasoned just enough to get the trophy. Which, accidentally, brings us to another trophy shortly after. Established Hunter. Who knew that to become established you need to be seasoned? World politics are weird, man. Anyway, every time we hunt something, our hunter rank goes up. Harder the monster, more it goes up. And when it goes up enough to say a nice round 100, seriously again Capcom? We get the trophy. Seems simple enough, requires only patience. And boy do I have tons of that. Capture Pro comes next in the timeline. Since we are already established and seasoned, it shouldn't be a problem. And it's not. All that is needed to be done is to capture 50 monsters. And capturing is easy enough. Here is a quick guide. Hit monster, watch for skull, place trap, force monsters to enter the trap, and throw tranquil bombs. And that's how you get yourself a new pet. I mean, that's how you capture the monster who is then released for good behavior and lives a long and peaceful life. Do that 49 more times and we are as pro as they come with a new shiny trophy as a proof.
Well done, Hunter. Now let's continue our investigation.
Okay, time for the last trophy that is equal parts annoying and baffling on why it is even here. A fish ionado. Because nothing screams Monster Hunter game like a fishing minigame that takes around a minute each attempt and can end in failure. So, let's understand it together. Aficionado is all about catching whoopers. No, not the burger, sadly.
Hello, excuse me, ladies, please relax, please behave yourself. Okay, yes, one burger, please, please.
But a special kind of fish that's way chunkier than your average splashy boy. Also, quick note, at the beginning I thought there is one special fish called whooper, but nope, it's just if fish is big enough, it's a whooper. They're so massive that hooking one triggers a unique reaction-based minigame. The catch? If you mess up, snap. Your line breaks, the fish pieces out, and you're left staring at the water with your own clown reflection looking back at you. And that happened quite a few times since I still don't understand what does the game want from me when Whooper jumps. Should I follow it? Should I counter it? Why does the line always break? Sorry, got lost a bit in the relaxing fishing experience. Going back. There is no shortcut to this trophy, we just need to fish. I do not need answers, I need fish. This is a route I have been doing. It nets usually 2 to 3 whoopers per run. You can also go to Area 17 to try to catch the Goliath Squid for the Monster Squid Hunter achievement, but I decided it takes too much time and I would rather do that individually. So after 3 hours of fishing, or more since I started with few whoopers caught already, We fished that 30th wolf bear and trophy along with it. As mentioned earlier, it's also a good time to get rid of Monster Squid Hunter. Goliath Squid is just another whooper who is also an octopus. To catch it, we need to go to area 17 of Scarlet Forest during night time. We go to the reservoir, check if it's spawned, if not, go back to tent, rest to the next night and try again. If you see it, you equip Tentacle Jig, and with all the experience you got from Aficionado, we catch the squid. This only took like 10 minutes after absolute hell Aficionado was, so that's a nice change of pace. After that, let's take care of the last two multiplayer trophies, Newly Forged Bonds and Gossip Hunter. They are quite easy themselves, requires only a bit of menuing. To follow someone, you can click here. To view profile, you just go to here. Do that 30 times. You don't even need to spend much time looking at it, just view, exit, go next. Tinder vibes all over again. After this short adventure, both trophies are popped. After this short break for some relaxing fishing, let's jump back into hunting with top of the food chain achievement. Remember how we talked about apex monsters? Wait, you don't? Well, that's because I never explicitly told you about it. There are 4 apex monsters, one for each map. Reidau, Uhduna, Nuudra and Jiddahat. By the way, I still don't know if I pronounced those correctly, so please let me know. After all that hunting that I did for crown hunting, I needed only 9 more apex monsters. And I chose Nuudra, because miniature crown hunt for it was absolute nightmare and my worst experience with the game. So it's only fair, I think. Anyway, there's no extra difficulty to it, we just hunt more apexes. After that we have last RNG based trophy. It's called Explorer of the Eastland. This trophy requires getting 10 different special items of rarity 6. Like with the weapons and armor, the stuff you find on the map also has a rarity. There are in total 11 items that have a rarity of 6. 8 of them happen during so-called emergencies, which can be spotted on the minimap here. So, we get our hands dirty and start by resting every few seconds. Yep, that's what it comes down to. You wait until the emergency happens. If it does, you choose the name of the item you are interested in, go and collect it. And with that quick trophy out of the way, we are down to our last. And boy, did I have special one for that. But before we get it, let's find ourselves some place with some nice view.
This place is a massive reservoir of water.
Ah, that's better. So let's sit down at the end of our 90 hours adventure, pick up our grill and make ourselves some well done steak. Mmm, so tasty. If it only was a medium rare, but it is what it is. With that last culinary letdown, we get our most important trophy, Eastward Wings, which ends our journey to the Forbidden Lands. Okay, let's get some stats. During the hunt for all the achievements, I spent almost 100 hours in the game. I've hunted over 150 monsters and caught at least 30 fishes. I also stalked at least 30 people, so there's that as well. Do those numbers mean anything? Not really, it's just to give you an estimation if you plan to do it yourself. And now for my final thoughts for the game. I think Monster Hunter's team is doing a step in the right direction. I know, there are a lot of people that hate how streamlined this series is becoming. But in my book, I'm all for the changes. Inclusion of binoculars checking the size, for example, is such a brilliant move. In the olden world days, we had to trap the monster, stand next to it and judge if the monster is crowned or not. Trust me, there are guides about it. Open world formula is something I have a bit of mixed feelings about. It's not that I dislike it, but some of the decision around it seems iffy to me. Yes, you feel more immersed. The world seems more like a living ecosystem yet again. So it's not that it's bad itself, it's just I think I expected more. Anyways, when it comes to the achievements themselves, I think that without aficionado, the list is pretty solid. There are some grindy ones, there are some RNG ones, but most of them can be gotten naturally along the way of replaying. It didn't feel as a complete slog, like in case of, for example, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, nor did it feel too easy, like with The Last of Us Part 2. So yeah, would recommend as a trophy hunting game, 8 out of 10. And that's it. Please let me know in the comments which games you would like to see next. And up until the next time, have a good one.